I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare.
We're being attacked by our own people, by our own federal government, by masked men without ID. I'm an American and I'm ashamed.
There are literally two Americas.
We turned into a parking lot and were greeted by approximately 4 unmarked ICE vehicles.
And we were kind of trapped.
And they continued to threaten us multiple times, pointing guns at my wife and I's face.
I was scared. I've never had two guns.
I've never protested in my life. I gotta work in the goddamn morning, just like everybody else. They detain people, cuff them, and then still beat the shit out of them. They tell you it's immigrants, only immigrants. It's fucking anybody. This is wrong.
Good. I go check a poll.
No, back up now.
I'm a physician.
I don't care.
It may well be that we will have to repent in this generation, not merely for the vitriolic words of the bad people and the violent actions of the bad people, but for the appalling silence and indifference of the good people who sit around and say, wait on time. Somewhere we must come to see that social progress never rolls in on the wheels of inevitability. It comes through the tireless efforts and the persistent work of dedicated individuals.
We all came together, in some cases across the political spectrum, because we recognize that this is about freedom over tyranny. We the people versus fascism. The working people of this country versus the billionaires. They are using our differences to divide us. They don't want solidarity. That is the one thing that they are the most afraid of.
We do not take the bait. They want an excuse to come in and show the kind of force that will create more chaos and more despair. Let's not let them.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
Let's rise to this occasion.
To stand as a community.
Until you guys have a warrant signed, get off my property now!
And I believe that the Lord told me to say to the United States of America that is sick with militarism and is sick with excessive materialism. Have you ever thought about it? There are between 38 and 50 million people in the United States of America who are poverty-stricken, making income less than the poverty level. And yet, this is the richest nation in the history of the world.
So the rich folks would get flown in, associated with Epstein, and they would pay to watch the victims fight. The victims were all underage. And would they pay to then assault the victims after the fights or during the fights? And they'd pay to torture the victims and rape the victims and kill the victims.
I'm tired of living every day under the threat of death. I have no martyr complex. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.